All right, guys, so let's go over our DKIA goals here. Our goals that we have. So, how to set goals? First, you got to set them, right? And then what do you got to do?
Take action.
Execute. Take action. You also have to set a what? Plan. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. You set a goal, set a plan, and then you also have to set, it has something to do with time.
Time management.
You have to set a deadline. Okay, this is a big part of the goal setting. Okay. Anybody have a goal they want to share? Yeah.
Paying off my car by the end of next year.
Okay, great. By the end of next year. Great job there. So that's good because it's a goal and you have a time. Because if it was just paying off my car, what if I'll just do that. Eventually the interest rate is going to continue to go up and up and up, and it's like it gets even harder and harder. So whenever you set a goal, you want to have a deadline or a time frame there, or it's not going to mean anything. It's like, oh, I'm going to buy a house, but it's like, well, you don't have a deadline. It's going to you're just going to put it off maybe your entire life. So having a deadline is super important. So what are our goals?
Hitting the 1,000 policies.
1,000 policies, that's right. Then what is our deadline?
October 2026.
That's right. Okay. So when we look at this, so I showed you the graph before, we're growing by 30 policies more per month. And that's historically, if you go back to last year too, it's been like very, very gradual. At least some months we actually went down, but it's been gradual. So we're trying to get 100 more per month every single quarter. So this is very difficult. It's kind of scary for me because I'm thinking like, geez, how many leads is that? How many extra people is that? But for us to get to 600 policies, right, we have 24 agents. How many policies per agent do we need to do? Okay. Very doable, right? 25 policies per agent is what we want to try to get right now. That's our goal. I mean, we have agents writing 45, 50 policies, but that helps the average a lot. That's what we need to do to get to 600. Now, to get to 1,000, if you have agents writing 25 policies each, how many agents will we need? 44 agents. Mm-hmm. And I can't afford that. All right. So the realistic math, or the goal that we have, me and Laura have, we broke it down, is that we want to get agents writing 30 policies average. I think is doable. It's not going to happen overnight. That's better for you guys because you guys are making more money. Okay. Each average agents make 730. And from you guys coming from different offices, you guys are like, yeah, for sure, we could do that. So I love that attitude there. And then if you could do that, then we only need 32 agents, 33 agents. Okay, and that's only like 8 more agents that we have to recruit. So I think that's a lot more doable. Okay, so for those of you guys who know anybody, just let me know. Okay, because you guys have been tremendously helping us out. But that's the long-term goal here. Even though it's long-term, it's only a year. But the way I look at it, if you have a difficult goal, okay, a big goal, is, and it's maybe for yours too. Even though that's difficult, it's going to require a lot of discipline. You might think of giving up at certain times, like screw this car, I'm going to start over, or screw my credit. Like there could be a lot of stuff in your head because it could be hard, But, I like to think of like when you do accomplish it, how you feel, how proud you will feel, how financially free you feel, and how much options you will have. So even though this is going to be extremely hard, and Lupe talked about buying a house too, that's a great one too, because imagine how you'll feel. I'm already trying to imagine how I would feel here. Okay. It's been a difficult 2 years for me profitability-wise. If we get here, then we're going to be in such a better situation. That's so much more customers coming in. We only have 5,000 total right now, but if you're writing 5,000 a month, we're going to grow this business so much faster and so much bigger. And I'm going to be in such a better position. I'm going to be very much looking forward to remembering, okay, these are the people who went through the ring with me, stay loyal. It was challenging at those times, and they helped me get there. They helped me contribute this much. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's what keeps me excited. So how are we going to reach that goal? Any goal you have, right? It's going to be, I can't even sell a single policy. And even if it has 10 absolute killers here, they will have to write 100 policies each. So whenever you have like a very difficult goal, what's important? Teamwork. Contributed effort. That's right. Because the bigger the dream, and I like this one so much, I might put this one in one of our walls here. The bigger the dream, the more important the team. Okay, and we have a huge goal here, and it's just something that I mean, I can't, like I said, I can't do anything by myself. Like I can't sell one of those policies. We need everybody, we need to help each other, and that's the way I look at it, okay? And same thing for you guys, okay? If you guys have big goals, like big motivations, like I want to make this much money, you have big financial goals and you're super hungry, then you have to think about it, like what's the most realistic way I could accomplish those goals? Like huge goals. Let's say you guys are super motivated right now, right? And it's like, what do I need to do, right? What's the most realistic way for those goals to come true? The most realistic ways, there's a lot of different things that people kind of get into, but it's like, it's not really like supporting your favorite musician. Is that person going to help out your bank account? Okay, is your favorite sports team winning? Does that help you? A lot of people invest a lot of time and effort in that kind of stuff, right? Or like some people are like so into like getting this person voted in, like politician, like this is my politician, I want to vote for this person. Like, is that person really going to help you? Right? Or is it about getting the right degree, like going back to school and getting a degree? Like, is that the way to financially achieve your goals? This is just my personal, opinion. Maybe you guys could debate me on it, but I think the best way for you guys to have your dreams come true is to contribute to really helping this place blow up. Because if this place is doing well, this is a place that can actually help you, not like everything else. Okay, so when we make it there, like I said, I'm going to remember who contributed. We got to 1,000 policies. I think that's the best plan, is to, like Diego said, be motivated, work hard, but really contribute to a business that's doing well. And if the place is doing well, then that activity and that contribution is something that I am really looking forward to being able to reciprocate back to you guys. All right, so let's talk about what's important to me, okay? Our core principles, what are they? Your work ethic, yep. Number 2? Kindness, yep. Number 3? Positive attitude, yep. And the last one we introduced last month was your competitive drive. Okay, being competitive. So let's talk about these, okay? Your work ethic. One thing that I will tell you guys who want to work more or less, one of the things that's very underrated right now is actually the hourly pay, okay? I see the paychecks and it does make a difference, especially if you're putting in the overtime. Okay, so that's something that here I don't stop anybody if they want to work more. That's one of our core principles. So if you do want to work more, then you are allowed to be able to work more. Many of you guys coming in early, staying in late, those are things that help you, make more money. Okay, because you can't be locked in if you having issues being clocked in. All right. Another thing when it comes to work ethic is the reason for complacency is due to the comp plan. And this is, a conversation I have with other agency owners where they say like, hey, like my staff member is working harder than you, like they're working more, they're doing more quotes, they're selling more. It's like, I wonder why. And they say, maybe your comp plan is too good where they don't have to work so much. They make this amount of money and after that, they're like happy. I agree. But that is a philosophy that some people have, because when I first started hiring TCO members, I was like, wow, that's it? I was like, I want to pay them more. Like I can afford it. I think they're more valuable. I want to give them more. And they were like, no, don't do that, because if you pay them more, they're going to work less harder. I was like, I was willing to pay more. And they were like, don't do that, because if you pay them more, then they're going to work a lot less. My philosophy is that I want to have a comp plan that's motivating, and I'd rather have people that want to work more and make more, and the comp plan actually motivates them more, not makes them complacent. Okay, so please help me prove that this method is better, where a better comp plan is actually more motivating, because that's the whole purpose of a comp plan, is to motivate you guys. So I want to show them that this comp plan actually works, where it actually keeps really the true winners more hungry. All right, kindness. So we're going to be kind regardless of, political views or religious views. Very important to me. Color of your skin, ethnicity, where you're from, and sexual preference. Okay? I don't care who you guys vote for. All right? I don't care who your God is. Well, as long as it's not Satan, I guess. Right? I don't care where you guys are from. Okay? And I don't care who you guys do. All right? But I do care is that you guys are nice. You guys are kind. Okay, that is something that's important to me. And right now there's some people wishing bad things to a certain group of people for their beliefs, and that's something that is very unfortunate. And violence and hate, that's like literally the exact opposite of hate. So in a world that's a lot of hate going on, I just want this place to be where it's full of kindness and honest, loving people. And that's how I feel we should be, no matter which side you lean towards politically. All right, another thing I want to talk about kindness here is being kind does not mean we don't look at the facts, truth, or data. And this is something that, Victoria gave a great example. She was like, hey, I really appreciate Cami. She's doing a great job of training me. And she tells me I'm doing a good job all the time. But I told her straight up, like, hey, no, tell me what I need to do better. Okay, because sometimes they're just like, positive and that's good. I was like, I really appreciate that, because she just wants facts to get her better. She's not about, hey, make me feel better. She's like, no, give me something that will actually help me sell better. And that's how we have to be as an organization too. Factual statement, yeah. And sometimes, and I'm vulnerable to this too, this is kind of like my weakness sometimes, is I'm too nice. So I don't tell people like what they need to hear. So sometimes I catch myself like, yeah, you're so strong. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, you can be a little stronger, but I just lean towards positivity and kindness. But we do have to balance that by actually doing the research, using data to look at the facts. Truth exists. And whenever we hear something, we have to say, hey, we have to we could deliver that message in a nice way. But hey, you're not profitable for agency. We got to tell you in a nice way, and we got to turn things around here, and we're going to do things better here. So looking at the data, looking at the facts, that's going to be something very important for us. It's going to be one of our 5th core principle, just honesty, truth, accuracy. I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe we'll call it candor or fact-facing or data-driven. Okay, that's the direction I want to go, because leaning because sometimes, people these days, they get offended so easy, right? They get offended so easy that it's like, well, I can't tell them the facts, but we don't want a culture like that. It's like, well, we don't want to offend people, and we don't want to we just want to be able to speak the facts clearly without offending anybody and go off of that to make decisions. All right, positive attitude. The world's an evil place. They don't want you to be healthy. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're tricking you guys. Okay, they don't want you to be healthy. All right, they don't want you to have money. Okay, they don't want you to win. I mean, I could go kind of dark here, and I could do this with Mo better, but they don't. There's some things I believe in that's really fucked up that I feel like they're trying to do to us, which is to not have legacy and have things passed on to the next generations and stuff like that. I do feel like it's an evil world we live in. So that's why it's even more important for us to have a positive environment here. The rest of the world doesn't want us to win. At least I want you guys to be in a situation here where people around you here want you to win. Your management wants you to win. Your coworkers want you to win. Okay? So, let's end it here with the question that I asked you guys. What is the biggest room in the world? No, like literally, like what's the biggest room in the world? I'm just kidding. No.
Room for growth.
Room for growth. You're getting there.
She said your mom.
Okay, so I like this one. So I'm just setting it up for a good quote. I really like that. I heard recently. What's the biggest room in the world? The room for improvement.
Always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement, and that's the attitude we have to have. Okay. We want to get to 500 policies per month to 1,000 policies per month. That's a ton of room for growth. And I could tell you guys who here in the room needs to improve the most.
Me.
Thank you, Christian, for sharing that. That's exactly how I feel.
Oh,
No. Me. I meant myself. I feel like I'm the one that needs to improve the most, not you. I'm like, bingo, exactly what I was thinking about. No, it's me. Like, I need to improve the most. I feel like I need to improve the most. Okay, like there's so much things I need to learn. Like there's so many things I don't know. Like I don't know how to motivate you guys better. I don't know how to be able to produce that many leads. I don't know how to, develop, keep on developing leadership skills. Maybe I'm too nice. Those are things that like I need to improve on, and I think we need to have that attitude. Even though we had our best month ever, like that's the attitude I always want to keep on having. It's like we all have a ton of room to improve. And that might sound something that you don't want to hear. Some people are like, I'm perfect. Like my ego is like, won't tell me that have space to improve. Like, no, everybody else needs to improve, but I don't know. It's like everybody in this room, we want to improve. Okay, and that's something we want to wake up and realize that like we have so much room to grow, and that's something that actually should keep us excited. So let's all improve, okay, guys? Let's all improve here. Our work ethic, our kindness, whatever category you want to think of is the room that you need to improve the most. Hopefully you guys could think of something here. Lupe said in the last one, how did you have your best month ever? She said like, hey, the thing that really changed the game for me was I started setting up appointments. Great. It takes a lot of humility to be like, hey, like this is where I need to change. Even though I'm doing well, it's like this is what I need to change. This is my thing that I want to get better at. So I hope you guys aren't sitting here and thinking like, oh, there's nothing I could do better, like having a hard time thinking of it. Hopefully you guys could think of something like, this is something that I need to do better. And once you realize that, once you face it, then that's how we get better. So let's all help each other, okay? Improve. I'm going to end it with this because, again, it's such a favorite quote of mine because I do have big goals. The bigger the dream, the more important the team. Who else is going to help us? Newsflash, not the politicians, not the musicians, not the sports team, not the athlete that we all worship, not the influencer that we believe every single word. And like every single post, it's just us. Like who else is going to help us? Like we actually make a difference. Like everyone else doesn't make a difference. Besides our family that helps us with our financial future, besides our family, who else is actually going to save us? That's right, Diego. It's our team. So let's help each other, support each other. Let's help each other improve, and let's do it for each other because we're literally all we have here. So, all right, guys. So let's get it for each other. Thank you, guys.